Namaskar. Welcome to the example number 29 for the event professional prospects. In this example, we are going to study a male chart who is running Granite Factory and along with his father and also his younger brother, he is running this factory, Granite Factory in the sense processing the granite stones into the final product of granite stones and all. So into they're also into manufacturing of the granites and also sales also. So they started in 2011 end. Prior to that, his father was also doing is also doing in some other. He is also into some other business. And in 2011 end, his son, that native whom we are going to talk about, he initiated this granite factory, and all the family members are partners. And we are going to study how this destiny in his chart is supportive for the type of profession. And also in 2011 they started the business, how come that period is supported for the native to start the business. And also after that in 2014 April onwards, the natives started facing that business started facing hurdles and struggles and instability, and also poor sales and margin also. So they started getting the worry that the business is not so good, because they have invested a lot of money, and the running capital also, loans also increasing, but the sales are not so good from 2014 middle onwards. Then that we are going to study how come the destiny is supportive for that, how come the running period in which they approached me in 2014, how the business is not so good in that particular period. Let us examine this chart along with with the EPS tables now. Example 29, business prospects, Granite Factory. Let us examine with the EPS tables now. This is the birth chart of that male native. Before proceeding further to study on the self-significations, let us have a general discussion on this birth chart. And let me open the North Indian chart. Now let us discuss on the birth chart, general study on the birth chart. The native is born in Capricorn Lagna. Lagna occupied by Moon and Ketu, that is seventh lord occupying Lagna, and also along with the Ketu. Moon and Ketu combination, it is indicating some sort of obstacles and a struggle to the not only to the Moon but also to the Lagna to some extent. And Lagna Lord Saturn. Let us check the strength of the Lagna Lord. Lagna Lord Saturn is posted in the Virgo sign in the 12 degree. So ninth cusp is falling in 20 degree. Saturn is in the 12 degree in the 8th house. So Lagna Lord, second Lord in the 8th house. Lagna Lord, second Lord occupying the 8th house. 1, 2, occupying 8th house. So occupying 8th house, it is indicating obstacles to the Lagna Lord. And that Lagna Lord, Saturn is conjoined with the third Lord and 12th Lord. So Lagna Lord is connecting to the 8th house and also 12th house. That is indicating some obstacles to the Lagna, right? That Lagna Lord Saturn is conjoined with the Venus. Venus is in the ninth house, but in the same Virgo sign. So Venus is fifth Lord, 10th Lord. So that way it is good. And fifth Lord, 10th Lord occupying ninth house is conjoined with the Lagna Lord. That is fine. That Saturn in the sign of Mercury, that Mercury in the sign of Venus. So both are in sign exchange. Venus is in the sign of Mercury, Mercury in the sign of Venus. So that Saturn in the sign of Mercury, that Mercury is in the ninth house conjoined with the sun. So that ninth house is supportive to the Lagna, but ninth house is indicating some sort of instability or some obstacles to the 10th house matters, but whether it is going to be unfavorable or not based on the detailed self-significations and the extended signification we can find. But now Lagna Lord is conjoined with the Jupiter, that is fine as per the Karagatva, but in the sign of Mercury, that is also fine. But it is indicating, it is posted in the 8th house and also conjoined with the 12th Lord, 3rd Lord Jupiter. So 8 and 12 is indicating some obstacles to the Lagna. Now let us check the 10th house. 10th cusp is falling in the sign of Venus, that is falling in the sign of Libra. Star Lord is Jupiter, Sublord also Jupiter. So Jupiter is the 10th star lord and sublord. 10th lord is Venus. So Venus and Jupiter both are in the same sign, conjoined, but in the different houses, and in between Saturn Lagna Lord is posted. So Lagna Lord is connected to the 10th star lord and 10th lord. That is good. Oh, in general, that is good. Now, the 10th cusp lord, 10th lord Venus, is posted in the 9th house, and 9th lord and 6th lord Mercury is posted in the, 9th house itself, but in the sign of Venus. So, they both are in sign exchange. Now, that Venus is in the nakshatra of Mars. 10th lord Venus is in the nakshatra of Mars. That Mars is in the 11th house. Mars is 4th lord, 11th lord occupying 11th house. That is fine. So 10th lord is in the earthly sign. That earthly sign in the star of Mars is 4 and 11, occupying 11. And that 10th cusp is occupied by Sun. Sun is 8th lord occupying 10th house. So, in general, for the granite related artificial stones, or it is not artificial, it's natural stones only, but processing that one, so that definitely the role of Sun and Rahu and Venus, these are the planets. These are the planets, are important planet for the Karagatva of the granites, and of course Saturn also. Sun is important because sun is the bright, and also, it is connecting to the, stones and all. And Rahu also, it is like artificial, we can say. Venus is beauty, and Saturn is also connecting to the, stones from the, what we are collecting from the raw materials, stones and all. So Sun, Rahu, Venus, Saturn are supportive planets, supportive for the granites. In addition to that, when it is talking about processing or production, Jupiter role also can be considered. Jupiter is for the productions, and the other houses. They are all the planetary combinations. What are the house combination we can think of? Definitely for the production, fourth house, and processing, 3 and 4 houses. And of course, since it is taken that what do you call, hidden, hidden means under the earth, they are from there they are taking and doing the process. Eighth house also can be considered, but since it is a processing, they are not taking from the quarry and all, they are only the processing, manufacturing. So eighth house may not be required. If it is they are taking from the land, from the earth, they are taking, then eighth house hidden signs can be considered, eighth house and 12th house. So four is enough for the processing and also connecting to the, granite stones and all. So apart from that, all other favorable houses, second house, sixth house, seventh house, 11th house, all the houses are favorable, right? So importantly, role of sun. So now sun is posted in the 10th house, and of course Mercury, Karaga planet for the business, and sun is in the 10th house. So sun in the star of Jupiter. Jupiter is third lord, 12th lord, occupying 8th house. So that is Jupiter is fine, and also it is third lord occupying 8th house in the sign of Mercury. So because this sign is earthly sign, so that is also supportive. Now that 10th sublord is Jupiter. That Jupiter is in the star of Sun. The Sun in the star of Jupiter. So they are in star exchange. So Jupiter is 10th sublord, is 3 and 8, 3 and 12th lord occupying 8th house in the sign of Mercury, earthly sign. And that Jupiter is in the nakshatra of Sun. That Sun is important planet for such granites and all. That sun is posted in the 10th house, sun in the star of Jupiter. So both are in star exchange. So Jupiter, sun connected, Mercury connected, Saturn connected. So that Earth is also connected and Venus also connected. So they are all supportive for the type of profession, right? So that way, that Venus, Jupiter, and their significations are supportive for the business connecting to the production and also, connecting to the granite processing unit also. So now whether 10th Lord is afflicted by any unfavorable, yes, 10th Lord planet. What is the 10th Lord planet? 10th Lord planet is Venus is posted in the ninth house, conjoined with the first Lord, second Lord, Saturn is fine. But conjoined with the Jupiter also, it is third lord, 12th lord. So ninth house and eighth house, not eighth house, 12th house are influencing the Venus. Otherwise, Venus is in the sign exchange with the Mercury. It is in the sign of that both are in sign exchange. So that is not completely not unfavorable. It is not afflicted strongly by way of position and conjunction. Ninth house is indicating some weakness, but connecting to the 12th house also indicating some weakness, connected to the 8th house also indicating some obstacles. So obstacles are there, but having got favorable grouping also, right? So now let us go and check the self-signification of all planets and check their self-strength. I have selected the event business all. Now we are on the EPS page, self-significators and planet colors. Let us carefully study each planet and give the respective colors. Ketu is occupying Lagna, 12th star lord. So this is favorable. 12th star lord has got some weakness. And second planet Saturn, 1, 2, 8, 7, 11, and 5 and 12. This is not good. So Ketu can be given pink. And Venus, fifth lord, 10th lord occupying ninth house, 4, 8 star lord, and 3, 8, 9 cuspal. 5, 10, 9, 4, 8, 3, 8, 9, definitely it is indicating weakness. Though it is fifth lord, 10th lord, though it is 10th lord, it is moving towards 9. It is supported to the fifth house, not to the 10th house, but still we cannot come to any conclusion. But star lord for 4 and 8, 4 is fine, 8 is supporting to the ninth house on the unfavorable side, and 3, 8, 9, 3 and 9 are supportive, but 3, 8, 9 is not good. So Venus is indicating some weakness, though it is 10th lord. Being the 10th lord, having got some weakness, it is unfavorable strongly. So we can give pink. Sun planet, 8th lord occupying 10th house, cuspal star lord for first house. 8, 10, and 1. It is not bad. It is, but being the 8th lord, we cannot take it is unfavorable. It is not take it is completely unfavorable, but being the 8th lord, it has got some weakness. So sun can be given blue because 8th lord occupying 10 and Lagna star lord. Moon, 7th lord occupying Lagna, that is good. 5, 9 star lord, it is indicating some weakness, but favoring to the Lagna, but not good for the progress of the business. But moon in the sign of, moon sign lord for Rahu, representing Rahu, 7, 2, 6 is good. So because of the 5 and 9, moon, we can give blue, right? And Mars, fourth lord, 11th lord occupying 11th house. Mars is important planet, being the fourth lord also, it is important planet for the this business. So Mars can be given dark green. Rahu, 7, 2, and 6 is good. Representing moon has got some weakness, but 7, 2, and 6 is good. That Rahu also we can give green. So whether dark green or light green doesn't matter. Jupiter, third lord, 12th lord occupying 8th house, 10th star lord, and 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 8, 4, 6, 10, and 11 cuspal sublord. Jupiter planet itself is a Karaka planet for the production in general, but that planet itself is 10th lord and 4th sublord also. 4th sublord and 6th sublord and 10th sublord and 11th sublord. That itself is indicating supportive for the business running a factory or production. 4, 6, 10, and 11. Being third lord, it is supportive for processing also. 3, 12, and 8, it is good. primary cuspal sublord for the 10th house, but it has got 12 and 8. It has got some weakness. Obstacles are indicated. So if we give this, light, pink shade. So what are the other planets are getting pink shade? Venus. Venus has got weakness more than the Jupiter. So Jupiter we can give pink. Let us see whether Venus can be given any other color after studying complete signification of all planets. So Jupiter is mixed one, both favorable with obstacles. Only 8th house is would have given that light green. Or 8 or 12 only. But since it has got 12 and 8 both, I have given pink, or we can give blue also. I think we can blue also, right? Okay, because 8 and 12 is there. So blue we can give it here because favorable grouping is more, and 8 and 12 you can give blue. And Saturn. Saturn is 1 to 8. 7, 11 is good. 5 and 12 cuspal sublord. This is not good. Lagna lord, 12th, second lord moving towards 8 is weak, and obstacles 7, 11 are favorable, but 5 and 12 cuspal sublord is weak. So Saturn has to be given light pink. Sorry, pink shade. Because of this pink shade is we are giving Saturn. Saturn is pink. Venus also pink. So we could see that they are all having unfavorable. Pink is Ketu 1 and 12. It is not bad that much, but second planet is weak. So Venus, Ketu, and Saturn, we have given pink shade. It is good, indicating that unfavorable grouping also present. Mixed one. Mercury, sixth lord, ninth lord occupying ninth house, third star lord, and 1, 2, 7 cuspal sublord. Though it is having 9 and 9, but 6, 9, 9 moving towards 3, 1, 2, 7 are favorable only. It is not unfavorable. So what we can do, this also grouping is good. Any other planet, moon, we are given blue. No, similarly, Mercury also we can give blue. So blue means it is favorable. Only green. Mars is without any problem. Rahu also without any problem. So Mars and Rahu are complete green. But Jupiter and with 8 and 12, but very good grouping. Mercury 1 and 9 and 9, good grouping. And Moon 7, 1, 5 and 9, okay. And Sun also, 8th Lord occupying 10th house 1. So weakness is less, but favorable grouping are more. That way, that planet, all 9 planets were given the self-signification colors. And I think Venus we can maintain as the pink itself. So this is pink and this is pink, and all Saturn also pink. So now let us save colors and go to main page and check the destiny and also the sub periods. Now let us go back to home and let us check the destiny. Let me close this. I think we'll have to go to house grouping and give the click that rulers support so that we'll get the support planets with the EPS colors. So ruler supports and home page and control B. So we have got the self significations and also the support planets with all the EPS colors we have selected. So, pink shade 1, 2, 3 planets are pink and 2 planets are green. So, all others are blue, moderate. Now, let us check the destiny. What is the destiny planet? 10th Lord is Venus and 10th cuspal sublord is Jupiter. 10th Lord is Venus. Venus is 10th Lord and 10th sublord is Jupiter. Venus in the star of Mars is green, sublord of Rahu green. So basically this is good. And 12 level has got some weakness, and star lord of the sublord is Mercury also fine. All are good only. So we have to check whether these Venus and they are getting the influence of Mars or Rahu. Venus has got no Mars and Rahu is not there for Venus. And so that is good thing that suppose Venus is the star of Mars, since Venus is a free planet, it can also give its unfairly influence to the star level planet and also sublord. But possibility is good only. And Mars is having Rahu. Yes, Mars having Rahu. So Mars and Rahu are getting the supports. That is good only. So that way that 10th Lord planet is favorably, signifying through the star level and sub level. Fortunately, this is not forming roller link influencing the other levels through its unfavorable significations. That is good. 10th sub Lord is Jupiter. Jupiter is good. Blue planet because of the 12 and 8, but being the third lord in the star of Sun, Sun planet is blue planet. It is moderate and this 2 level also Jupiter moderate. Sublord is indicating some weakness. Sublord is Venus is having some mixed significations, but weakness also there. But star lord of the sublord, when one level is weak, that weakness is reduced to by the star level is good. That is the one which is saving that Venus. So that way it is good, but still that Jupiter sublord planet is it indicating weakness. So 10 sublord planet in the star of Sun is fine. 8, 12 and 8, 8, 12 and 8 and other unfavorable houses are also present. So this is supportive for the business connecting to the production and the sales and all 3, 12, all good and investments, everything. Sun, so, as we already discussed about the 10th sublord Jupiter, the star of Sun occupying 10th house and Lagna star lord and Jupiter Sun combination, Venus connected, all these things we discussed. So that it is for the type of profession, but the grouping of unfavorable is indicating weakness. It result is going to face some problem, no stability, no progress. Progress is there but not stability with a good notable position or good notable progress. Fortunately Venus is in the star of Mars, that Mars is favorable, right? So let us check whether Venus is getting the Mars through the rulers link that we already discussed. Venus is not having the Mars, so that way Mars is not giving its significations through rulers link, and sublord planet Sun. Sun is having Venus and Mercury. So that sublord Sun is getting the influence of the Venus also. So sorry, star lord planet. Jupiter, 10th sublord planet in the star of Sun, it is supportive with some weakness. That weakness is further increased by the sublord planet through the ruler's link because Sun has got the Venus. Sun in the sign of Venus. So Venus influence will there on the star level Sun also. That way it is indicating that. And moreover, Jupiter has got Mars in its supports. So Mars is favorably, it is favor significations are giving support to the Jupiter by way of ruler link. That is one thing is good. But Sun planet is not getting the influence of the Mars. Not only Mars, other favorable key planets are present in supports of the Sun other than the Mercury. Mercury is fine, but still that green color planet, Mars and Rahu, they are not playing role for the star level. But here, the 10 sublord planet under the influence of Venus strongly, the Venus is the one which is the sublord and also influencing the star level planet, Sun, and also Venus is influencing the Jupiter also. So Venus is passing ruler link to the source planet and also star lord planet. So Venus is the unfavorable key planet, is influencing the destiny. So that we have to keep it in mind. So now we have studied the destiny is supportive for the type of profession, and it is also under the influence of the strong unfavorable or mixed key planet Venus strongly. Now we have to keep it in mind that the planet which are all under the influence of this unfavorable or mixed key planet Venus and other unfavorable, they will give trouble. What are the other unfavorable key planet? We can see Ketu, importantly, Venus we already discussed, and Saturn. Saturn is the important other unfavorable key planet. That Saturn is not influencing the 10th sublord planet Jupiter as a ruler, but you can see Jupiter is having Saturn in its support. So That destiny planet is influenced by the Saturn by way of supports. That too, Saturn is a very planet. His role is limited. And the Sun is got Saturn, no. And Venus has got Saturn. Venus, yes, Saturn is there. So Venus also under the influence of the Saturn. So that unfavorable other key planet Saturn is influencing the unfavorable Venus also, and also destiny planet Jupiter. So it is indicating that definitely that destiny is supportive of business, but it is also supporting for troubles and struggles also, that we are able to understand very clearly. Now we have to check the period, the native in which the native started the business. He started the business in 2011, November month he started the business. Factory started. So in which period the 2011 November is falling in Rahu Dasa, Sun Bugdi, Sun Antra, they started the business. Rahu, Sun, and Sun. Let us check Rahu. Rahu is green planet in the star of Mercury blue, and that is good. 12 level again Rahu is good and green planets, and the sublord planet is Venus. Venus is the one which is having the weakness. Unfortunately, as I said, Venus in the star of Mars, which is reducing the strength, unfavorable strength. So Rahu is supportive for both favorable and unfavorable. In other words, Rahu is supportive for the business during because Rahu in the star of Mercury. Mercury is the Karaka planet for business also. It is supportive houses. And planet level source and effect grouping are supportive for one business, but result is not so good. Result is indicating definitely there will be some hurdles and struggles will be present at the result. Unfortunately, that result is unfavorable, reduced by the star lord or the sublord. Now let us check the support planets and rulers link. Rahu, because Venus is sublord, no? Whether Venus is passing ruler link to the Rahu and Mercury. Rahu is not having, fortunately, Venus in its supports. Mercury having Venus, because Mercury in the sign of Venus, Venus in the sign of Mercury, both are in sign exchange. So these two planets are connected to each other. So that Dasa Lord Rahu is supported by the star level and 2A level, but having got problem with the sublord planet Venus, and that Venus and Mercury are in sign exchange, they are supportive for both favorable, and also result is going to be unfavorable. But fortunately, that star lord or the sublord Mars is supporting, right? Whether Mercury is getting the Mars in supports? No, Mars is not giving support to the Mercury. Whether Mars is giving support to the Rahu? Rahu, yes, Mars is present. So that Mars is giving support to the 12 level planet and also planet to some extent. Favorable strength are increased and unfavorable strength also present. That we have to keep it in mind, right? That is the Dasala. In this Dasala, in which book the native started the business? They started the business actually for the processing. What processing? That is, production factory. So in Sun Bugdi they started. How come Sun is supported? Sun planet is okay. Eighth Lord occupying 10,000 Lagna star Lord. It is supportive for the business to some extent with obstacles, but in the star of Jupiter, Jupiter is the 4, 6, 10, 11, and processing, it is indicated by Jupiter to a level also against Sun. That is also not bad, but not very good also. But it is 10th occupant. It is 3, 10, 4, 6, 10, 11 grouping. And unfortunately, Sir, Venus is coming as the sublord again. It is again mixed planet. And star lord of the sublord is Mars is fine. Now, in Sun book, the Sun Antra itself is started. How come we can see which are the favorable key planet which are supporting the that sun, the Jupiter, so Rahu Dasa. In Rahu Dasa, the favorable key planets are what? Rahu itself, Rahu, Mercury, and Rahu and Mars. Rahu, Mercury, Mars. Rahu, Mercury, and Mars. Then any other planets are supporting Rahu? Rahu has got the Mars, okay, and Moon. Moon. Strongly Rahu, Mercury, and Mars. And Mercury is getting the Jupiter. Star level planet Mercury is getting the support of the Jupiter. So in other words, let me clear this one. This is Dasa Lord. Dasa Lord's favorable key planet directly is Rahu and Mercury and Mars. Through the supports, what are the planets are giving support to the Rahu by way of support planet, the Sun Lord. Rahu has got Mars and sign Lord is Moon. Moon is okay, not bad. So we cannot say it is strong, favorable key planet through the supports. Let us check the Mercury's sublord, I mean support planets. Mercury having got Sun and Jupiter. Sun is okay and Jupiter is good. So, I mean, through the support, Sun and Jupiter are supporting to the star lord of the Rahu. Venus is getting the support of any favorable key planet, Sun and Jupiter only. So, Sun and Jupiter planets are supporting the Dasa Lord by way of supports. Other than the Rahu, Mercury, Mars, Sun and Jupiter are supporting the Dasa Lord. Now in the Sun Dasa, Sun in the star of Jupiter itself, so that is fine. That Sun is planet is having Mercury, that is the favorable key planet of the Dasa Lord, star Lord planet Mercury is influencing the Sun by way of supports. And Jupiter also having got Mercury. The favorable key planet of the Dasa Lord Mercury is supporting the Sun and Jupiter by way of supports. And sublord Venus. Venus also having got Sun and Jupiter. So that way that Mars itself is directly playing and the Sun and Jupiter are supporting the Venus. So it means what? Sun, Jupiter is forming rural link to the sublord Venus. So it means favorable are being supported and also Venus also will try to give its influence to the other planet. It is supportive with the struggles. That's we clearly we see that in Sun Bugdi, Sun Antra, that native started the business, but that is also not going to be very good because sublord is indicating weakness. Venus, unfavorable key planet of the Dasa Lord, itself is playing role as the sublord for the Bugdi Lord, and Venus also influencing the Sun by way of supports. Jupiter also having got Venus, so that way it is forming ruler link on the unfavorable side also, right? Favorable side and favorable side, both are because rulers link, they are forming the impact, they are passing their impact to each other. So Sun is supportive for business, but not very good. So they somehow they started in Ragu Dasa and Sun Bugdi, Sun Antra itself they started, right? Now that one question will come, Rahu is the strong favorable key planet of the Dasa Lord. Its role is not present in the Sun. Let us check whether Sun is having that key planet of the Rahu or Moon also at least that it is present. Sun has got no, and Jupiter has got Mars, Mercury, Mars is present. That is good. One of the key planet Mars is present for the Jupiter, and Venus is having got Sun and Jupiter. In other words, Rahu Moon. Let us check which are the planets are having Rahu and Moon. Rahu Moon for Ketu, and what else? Rahu Moon. No, Rahu here for Moon, and Mars has got Rahu. This Mars has got Rahu and Moon, and Jupiter. No Rahu Moon. That Saturn has got Rahu Moon. So Saturn is connecting to the Rahu moon. So that the Rahu moon is not straight away present. I mean, only at the last level it is influencing. Let us check when that Sun, Jupiter, Sun. So that star exchange is present. Let us check sub-sublord of the Sun. Sun sub-sublord is Mercury. Mercury is the planet which is the sub-sublord of Mercury. Sorry, Sun. Just a minute. Let me clear this one. Mercury is the sub-sublord of the Sun. Let me note it down. Sub-sublord of the Sun is Mercury. Mercury's blue planet has got Venus also and Sun and Jupiter. So it is forming ruler link. It is passing ruler link to other planets. So that way, Sun, Jupiter are favorably supporting to the other levels, but Venus also passing its unfavorable, and Mars also supportive. The favorable key planet of the Dasa Lord, that Rahu is not straight away playing role for the Bugdi Lord, but Rahu, sign Lord, Moon, Saturn, Jupiter. So Jupiter is there. Jupiter is there for in support of the moon only. So directly, the Rahu role is not there or the rulers of the Bugdi Lord, but the last level planet Mars only getting the support of the Rahu or moon. But other favorable key planet Jupiter is playing role at the star level, right? And also that Mars is good. So that way that the Bugdi Lord is well connected to the Dasa Lords, key planet which are supporting the Dasalords. Dasalords key planet supporting the Dasalords key planet. What are the Dasalords key planet? Rahu is not straight away playing, but Mars is playing. The other planet which are all supporting the Dasalord, Mercury is being supported by the Jupiter and Sun. So that Jupiter and Sun which are supporting to the star level planet Mercury, and also Venus also is getting that Sun and Jupiter. So this is getting the support of the Sun and Jupiter. This is getting the support of the Sun and Jupiter. That Sun and Jupiter in star exchange, they are they are playing as the Bugdilad and Antaralad. So because of that, the period is supported for the business to start with, because Jupiter is a good planet for starting a business with a factory. So they started the business during that, as I said, November 2011, during that Rahu Dasa, Sun Bugdi, Sun Antra, right? Now, this was fine. Rahu Sun, because it is supportive for establishment, they would have faced some problem also, but that is not bad. Now, after the Sun Bugdi, Moon Bugdi was running. How is Moon? Moon, all levels rolled by Moon only. Moon, all planet is blue, and Moon representing Sun is fine, right? So that way, this period is supported for the business, right? So after Sun Bugdi, Moon Bugdi was running. So Moon is representing Rahu is good. So they started the business. Let us check the period in which they started, and also in which period that Moon Bugdi was running. They said that as per the record, they said they started the business in November 2011. So as I was saying that, as per the rule, the Dasa Lord is Rahu is good, and Bhukti Lord Sun is also good, despite some weakness at the sublord level. But as the rule I was telling, that the good key planet, that Rahu moon is not influencing the Bugdi Lord by way of supports also, especially at the planet level, star level, and sub level. So that planet is missing. So definitely in the Antra, the role of these missing key planets should be there. It is, I mean, as I was saying that November 2011, I mean, Ragu Dasa, Sun, the Bugdi, Sun Antra was running, right? But still, I have a doubt because after studying the moon Bugdi, I could feel that whether that business would have started instead of Rahu, Sun, and Sun, it would have started in Sun. It's a small period, na? Sun Bugdi, Moon Antra. Because Moon Antra has got Moon Rahu, which is the strong favorable key planet of the Dasa Lord, which is missing in the Bugdi. Bugdi is good, but missing key planet Rahu, that is not there in the Bugdi to act as the Antra Lord itself. So, but still it is favorable, but the still that rule is having whether it is I mean it is present or not. That is the question. Let us check the Dasa periods. Destiny, sorry, that Dasa Navigator, 2011 in Sun Bugdi starting from 2011 October end. Sun Bugdi is only for almost 1 year only. Sun Antra up to 12/11/2011. So up to 12/11/2011 only Sun Antra. So Moon Antra only is running after the mid of the 11. So they started in end 11 2011 only they have started. So it means, I mean, that they would have started the factory during that Rahu Dasa Sun Bugdi Moon Antra. So that rule is not missing here. So that, I mean, if the Bugdilad itself, having got that strong favorable key planet of the Dasa Lord in its ruler or in at least in supports of the rulers of the Bugdilad, if the Bugdilad is having favorable, it is good. Along with that Rahu or Moon in support, it is fine, but that is not there. So that is the reason it was having a doubt. Now it is going clear that the native started the business during that Ragu Dasa, Sun Bugdi, not in Sun Antra, in Moon Antra. So that is completing the chain. It is favoring for the new job, new business prospects during its period. So Moon is favorable. You can see Moon has got the Rahu and it has got the Jupiter in its supports. The favorable key planet of the Bugdi Lord Jupiter is influencing the moon. So that way that Antra is capable to act as the Antra in executing the factory during that period. Now, coming to that Bugdi. After the Sun Bugdi, Moon Bugdi was running. So that is good. Rahu, Moon is very good. So they are very good in the sense they are not indicating any unfavorable, but Moon also not having any strong unfavorable grouping planets, but supported by Jupiter is favorable. So it is good only, but not very good. Because of the these favorable key planets, Ragu is not playing as the primary levels, only at the second planets. So that way it has got some weakness because 7, 1, 5, 9, 5, 9 are coming, but no detrimentals. That way, Moon is supportive. So under Ragu Dasa, Moon Bugdi was good. But when they start running that Mars Bugdi, 2014 onwards, they say 2014, yes. 2014, I mean, up to March, that, I mean, Moon Bugdi was running. After that, 2014, they said in the April month onwards, 2014 April onwards, they started facing some issue in the business because business is not so good, it is not stable, and I mean, their sales are not good, it is not profitable also. Why? Mars in the star of Ketu, sub of Ketu, representing Saturn. 12 level moon are fine, but that star level planet and sub level planet both are ruled by the pink shade planet. Green planet in the star of pink shade planet and star level sub level, it is not good. The two Ketu representing Saturn, it is not good. You can see this grouping is not good for the progress. 11th Lord, 4th Lord in the star of your planet, 1 and 12, 8 and 12. So, and favorable also there, but they are not strongly favorable. Both the star level planet and sub level planet are indicating the obstacles and struggles to the Lagna. So that way, that planet is facing giving trouble to the Lagna. So that Mars in the star of Ketu, Ketu represents Saturn free planet. That Saturn you can see, which is the strong unfavorable key planet of the Dasa Lord, importantly Venus, right? Any other key planet are influencing the Dasa Lord. Venus is influencing, and star level planet is Mercury. Mercury having both Venus and Ketu and Saturn. Ketu and Saturn are influencing the star level Mercury also. So these Venus and the star, I mean Ketu and Saturn are the unfavorable key planets of the Dasa Lord. That Ketu Saturn itself is playing at the star level and sub level. Where is the role of the Venus? If Venus is also joining hand, it is going to be more unfavorable. Let us check. Mars is not having that Venus, and Ketu itself is not having the Venus. Second planet Saturn, Saturn is having that Venus. So Saturn is under the influence of the Venus, right? And star lord of the sublord, star lord of the star lord moon, supporting to the Ketu, and this is also moon. But unfortunately, moon also under the influence of Saturn. So both are in sign X, I mean, in the ruler's link. So the star level planet is weak, sub level also weak, and that is under the influence of Venus, further influencing on the unfavorable side. Star lord of the star lord moon is fine, but moon is under the influence of Saturn again, so it is indicating weakness. So during that Rahu Dasa, Mars Bugdi, they started facing the problem. They started facing that issue, not stability, progress is not good, and sales is not good, profit is also not good. That way, the native started facing hurdles, struggles. They are not able to understand why such things happening. So far, they invested, everything is fine. Only during this period, there are a lot of obstacles, hurdles are, happening because the star level planet Ketu representing Saturn, that Saturn is giving trouble to the Lagna, and 512 grouping is not good for the business, and profit also, money is also not 2, 8, 7, 11, 5 and 12 gain to the opponent party, not to the native. So that way that is not good. So that is the reason in the Rahu Dasa, Mars Bugdi, the native started facing problem. I think we're able to understand. And you can see that the destiny also under the influence of the Venus. So, moreover, that present Ragu Dasa, now Jupiter Dasa started. Jupiter itself is fine, but sublevel planet is Venus itself is playing, but comparatively better because that planet in the star of Sun and sub of I mean, 2A level is Jupiter. Their Jupiter role is strongly present. That is fine only, but the Sun is in the sign of Venus, and Venus is passing rural link to the Sun. So that way, that weakness also passed on to that. So it means what? Destiny itself is indicating for the business prospects, but not for a stability, not for a very good gain and all. That is the destiny. That destiny itself is running the dasa from the Jupiter dasa, from the April 2015 onwards, it is running that same dasa. Obviously, during that period, business will be good, it will be running, but at end the profit is not going to be the same, and that progress is not going to be very good. Result is not going to be good. I think you're able to understand in finding the key planets, trouble giving planets, and trouble giving planets influencing the destiny and influencing the dasa lot, and not only by way of rulers, and if they are influencing the other planets by way of supports, definitely they will further increase the intensity of the unfavorable, right? So if the planet is not under the influence of the unfavorable key planet by way of ruler, But if it is there in supports, definitely that unfavorable strength will be there, but as obstacles. Moon, you would have seen that moon in the star and sub of moon itself. Moon is also under the influence of other unfavorable. Venus is there in supports, but still that moon was good only because moon itself is not unfavorable on its ruler. The impact of the Venus is going to be on the it is going to give obstacles. Apart from that, moon is also getting other favorable key planets also in supports. So that somehow moon is going to support to the native for the business. But whereas Mars is having problem because Mars star level sub-level planet, it is the unfavorable key planet, that is Ketu representing Saturn under the influence of Venus again. When unfavorable key planet is there, other strong unfavorable key planet of the Dasha is present in the support, the impact is going to be more. That is what happened in this period. So the native started suffering from the Ragu Dasha, Mars book the onwards. I think you are able to understand. We'll meet in the next video. Good luck.